Welcome to Glow Up or Get Out. So today we're going to be chatting about utilizing influencer marketing for businesses. So, I mean, if you are an influencer, you can definitely take tips from this and maybe decide what kind of brands you do want to work with based on this. But we're definitely gearing this towards businesses so that you know, basically like the tricks of the trade. I don't know what to call it.
So when looking at influencer marketing, kind of think about why, because not all brands need influencer marketing. So I would think about what influencer marketing would do for your business and how, or what the goal is. So a few reasons of like when to reach out or to start utilizing it is like if you have a new launch or you want to drive traffic to your site, or if you're having a sale, or always just like general like promotions. But also like, again, think about the type of service or product that you have and whether or not like that could work with an influencer.
And what kind of influencer?
Especially. So be very specific with the type of people you want to reach out to, because I mean, I think we're getting to a point where influencer marketing is very like, it's getting a little bit run down just because it started kind of like how celebrities used to endorse products, like every and anything product. And you want to get more niche specific with the type of products that you're, trying to promote with these influencers.
It's like Chanel or something. Like they use influencer marketing, but they use it in a way where it's like, it's a photographer or like someone who has creative direction that like speaks to Chanel.
Yeah.
But in that person's unique way.
Also, it depends on the product type of Chanel. Like beauty goes to beauty influencers, or like if it's a perfume or a bag, like
it could be anyone, lifestyle,
right,
whatever. Yeah.
So it really just depends on the type of product that you want to show the world. And then how to reach out.
I guess this is where it gets tricky because influencer marketing is getting so gross, I guess. But some people have like management teams and agencies, and other people are just like freelance and they just take whatever they want themselves. So if they have a management agency, it's obviously a little more professional and it might be less personal. Not in a bad way, sometimes in a bad way, but not necessarily in a bad way, because they're just probably looking at numbers and facts versus all the time it being about like value and like, of course that person has a say in whether they take the deal or not, but I'm sure there's like outside pressure to like taking that deal.
Yeah.
But as a freelancer, there's also like them not knowing everything and not having all the facts and just taking deals and either getting ripped off or ripping off you as a business. Yeah. So
there's pros to cons to both.
Yeah.
Like you said, with the management agency, like they're taking a cut from like what you're giving them. So they're obviously trying to get people who can afford these influencers, and like,
yeah,
that's the gag of it all. But then freelancers, like you said, it really could like end up biting you in the ass, because you either give them free product or you actually give them some money and they don't do anything with it. And at that point, you're kind of like, fuck, I just wasted some time and money.
Like they didn't even post or whatever.
Yeah. So it's kind of tricky.
But I guess in general, to reach out,
I would go through like their contact information.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're either going through Instagram or like TikTok. That's usually where you're going to find influencers who post on both. But they always have it in their bio. And it's either a contact at and then it's like a management team, like whatever the company is, or it'll just be their email and be like DM for whatever. And so honestly, if you're a small brand, I think obviously if they have an email them, but if they don't, just shoot them a DM.
And either they'll respond with like, here, contact my manager, or
email me more information. Whatever. But definitely don't DM them like, hey girly.
Hey girl.
Or hey, what do guys get? Sup dude?
Sup dude. Oh yeah.
What do guys get?
I wonder. I've never I don't have any like influencer men, so I don't know.
But it's like, just don't be cheesy. Like, don't be like, hey, boss babe. Like,
Not
don't
boss
be that.
babe.
Or like, we need more baddies on our team. Or
We need
something.
more
Like,
baddies like you.
like just be cute. Like, oh my god, I love your content. Or like, oh my god, like respond to a post. I don't know. And it might
that's
take,
a good point.
It might take multiple tries to get your dream influencer also.
Yeah, that's a good point though. I think that a very important part of it is like, I think a lot of influencers, especially ones that have more control over their page, they absolutely like love when a brand actually cares about the content that they're posting, because then it's like, oh, we're both mutually like understanding of the goal here.
Yeah.
Or like we both love what's happening. So I think like it might even be better to approach them in a way where like you actually follow them, or you are consistently engaging with them, or like when you finally get to DM them, like talk about a specific post that you really enjoyed. And like this is more for like a small business. I don't know if like big businesses like will even do this, because they probably have the cash to just lend out. But for like smaller businesses, I think you can really utilize the information that's out there that they are posting, and have a way to connect with them and engage and have them know that you think that they're important. So like when you DM them, like talk about like the post that you really liked, or why it influenced you, or like what it meant for you or your brand. And then go in with like the offering of like a specific with what you want.
You know what? I'd actually love to work with you.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't start with like, oh my god, I just want you to post something, here's $500. Like, just like throw things at them. I think people, especially if you're trying to get a big influencer, I feel like it says a lot more for a brand to say, I love what you post. I feel a type of way when I see your post. And like, I would love for people who support my brand to see that from you, because then you're also making it mutually beneficial. Like, yeah, my brand is small, but the people who do love what I sell, like they love what I sell, and like if they see you on my page, I'm giving you genuine engagement and genuine followers. I'm not just like Fashion Nova, sorry, but like if you see an influencer on Fashion Nova, it's like you don't care about the person, you just like, oh, that's a cute shirt or whatever the hell people are looking at. Like, it's not really about the influencer at that point, because not everybody, I'm not saying anyone can get a Fashion Nova deal, but like the girls who get Fashion Nova deals, they look like they get Fashion Nova deals. And guys, I guess all the guys get, there's men Fashion Nova
men. But yeah, you're right. I mean, we continuously talk about this if you've been listening for a while, but like how authenticity and like genuine connection and like all of that is just, it's like trendy now, and like it's just what people, I think it's just moving in a different direction. So like if you are ingenuous or like are looking a certain type of way on Instagram, it's really off-putting, and I don't know, just go at it in a way that feels like you're actually trying to connect or like mutually have a beneficial relationship.
Yeah, and that's not to say if your small business is like Fashion Nova that it won't succeed, because clearly Fashion Nova is doing just fine.
They're doing well.
Like it has nothing to, like you can be better at other things. Like you don't have to use influencer marketing to be successful either. Like that's not what we're saying. It's just another tool.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So things to consider when reaching out. So again, just like be very specific and know exactly what this person is going to be paid or receiving, like if it's product.
I have an example of an email, and this is like, I mean, basically once the point you've already accepted that you're going to be an influencer for this brand, but it specifically says the deliverables for this partnership are, and then it says 1 IG in-feed photo. So like make sure you're very specific on where this is going and like what platforms it's going to be on, what you're personally using it for, because maybe they're posting it but you're reposting it or whatever. Right. And then it says key dates, content for approval 2 days before live date. So you can have certain,
which that's pretty immediate, because I feel like I've heard where if they'll just have to do it like 2 weeks in advance. Jeez. And their content's really like planned.
Maybe it's very specific, like a very bougie brand, because it's like, or you're gonna have to retake that, it's gonna take you 2 weeks. Another one says live dates before 3/26, talking points and ordering instructions below. So I'm assuming you can also have brand deals where they'll be like, I mean, I don't know, I'm guessing this is like bigger brands and influencers, but it's like you don't have to have it live forever type of thing.
Oh, like you can take it down?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, because that could mean that like what if it's like specifically for a sale?
Right. Like, I don't know.
Like one day sale.
I'm sure, but yeah, be specific.
Yeah.
Another example. Oh, actually, here's an example of someone reaching out. It says, hi, name. I'm name, owner of brand name. I personally love your content and think you're a perfect fit to be our official influencer partner. All you would have to do is put the website link in your bio or description and we'll share our revenue with you. Link below is a contract with all the information related to this deal. Please let me know if you're interested in learning more. Thanks. And then they put the website, best, and then they attached the contract, which this person has like a management team, so then they respond like, oh, actually, like, let me know. And then a way to say no to like free stuff or something you don't want to do. It says, that sounds like an exciting opportunity. We're focusing right now on paid collaborations with person as blank has worked very hard to grow blank engaged following. Do you have a budget you're working with? We're happy to discuss a discount for the first few posts. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.
So like, it's a nice way to say like, I don't really do that, but I would still be interested in working with you.
If you had a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen a lot of like behind the scenes of things. Never really like, our brand doesn't really need influencers. This is like an example, like a social media agency doesn't need influencers. But both Sam and I have seen like the back end of things, and you know, sometimes like it's not even like, people really do just take paid collaborations, but at the same time sometimes you're allowed to send a free product just by like free will. Like, you're gonna just be like, here's product, let me know if they like it. Like, if they like, they don't need to post it, but if they feel inclined to, like, please let them know that we're here for them.
A lot of people do free products, especially like, I'm sure management teams run a like collaboration by them before responding and say like, hey, would you want to do this for free? Like, this is what they offer, this is what they sell. And if you really like the product, someone might be like, yeah, actually, like, if they say I don't have to post and they just want to send me product, like, I don't see why not. Like, that sounds really cool, whatever it is. So like, don't get your hopes up if you don't have a budget. It's always worth trying and asking, because so if like you believe in your brand as much as you do, then hopefully someone else will. That's pretty much
that's pretty much it. You also never know what's gonna happen. Like, they can help you grow, and then you can finally have money to pay them.
Yeah.
So that can also happen. There's a lot of shit that can happen. Just find people, again, that like are genuinely connected to you, because then it's easier to have those conversations like, hey, I literally don't have money right now, but I love you and I know that this product really resonates with you, so like, why don't we work something out? And like one of those emails says, like, I'll give you my revenue.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of situation could happen. I don't know.
And it kind of does suck. Like, I feel like some influencers get in their head, like, I'm not going to post something for free. Like, look how many followers I have. Like, you're getting so much, and I'm getting just, like, whatever your product is for free. And it's just, like, get that mentality out of your head. Like, you're helping someone else grow, and if you genuinely like their product, then you post it about it. It's not like you're just, like, doing free work. Like, it's not like a freaking charity out here.
I don't know where we went so sidetracked, but be specific with what you are giving them, whether it's free, whether it's paid, whether you need it today, tomorrow.
Yeah. And on that note, having a contract.
Absolutely.
Like, especially if you're a small brand. I mean, not gonna lie, what are the chances of if someone doesn't post, you're gonna take them to court over the contract? But, like, it's just reassurance. And, like, if this happens multiple times with a certain person or whatever, which if you're finding good influencers, it's not going to happen to you anyway, but it's still good to have a contract.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make sure that people follow through and like have some sort of legal backing to your agreements, because social media is catching up with the government.
Slowly. Another point is, like, again, if you are paying, to know what you're paying for.
Yeah.
The things to consider are, like, I guess, like, realize how big of a brand you are and the kind of budget you have in line for that kind of thing. Let's say you only have 10 grand, which is a lot of money, I know, but 10 grand for influencer marketing, like, figure out how many people you can afford and like at what rates, you know, like what reasonable rates.
Yeah.
And that might be like you need to maybe look at micro influencers versus macro, obviously, or somewhere in the middle. Also, how many pieces of content. That also very much like is based on the influencer's engagement and following. So again, looking at whether you need micro or macro, like what can you afford?
Yeah. And like impressions specifically.
Yeah.
What you want to look at. But I mean, I guess some people could base it off just your followers and like just a general look. Like, oh, they get this amount of likes.
Well, I'm saying like as a brand, you don't know that. And it's kind of like offensive to be like, what are your impressions before I ask what you know what I mean? Like, I think unless like an influencer is reaching out with a media kit, it's a lot easier. But if you're just looking right off the bat.
No, that's what I'm saying, ask.
Right.
Like, I think brands should ask influencers, like, what are your impressions type of thing? Or, like, do you have a media kit? Maybe don't just say, like, what are your impressions?
Yeah.
But just say, like, do you have a media kit? Like, can you let me know what your engagement looks like? Because maybe I could give you more, like, kind of frame it that way. Because if they do have really good engagement, then, yeah, you should be paying them more because they have genuine following. Yeah. But, yeah, I think it's important to not just, like, look at somebody's followers.
Yeah,
especially
there's a lot
very
of
small businesses.
fucking fake shit out there.
Yeah. People can have 100,000 followers and only get, like, 500 likes. Which, like, 500 likes sounds like a lot, but when you have that many followers, like,
impressions specifically, not to sound stupid right now, but, like, it's, like, how many clicks and views you get, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but also look at how many comments and, like, that kind of engagement they get, because I feel like sometimes that's more important than, like, the views on stories. Say. Yeah.
Like, if all the comments are just a bunch of hearts.
Meh. But if they're asking, like, oh my god, I really love that top, where'd you get it?
Yeah.
That's really cool, because then you have people who are actually looking at the specific thing about this person who's a fashion influencer. Or, like, if it's a beverage, like, oh, what did you use in this? And then, like, you know, just different things.
Another thing to consider on top of, like, how many pieces of content you're asking for is, like, number one, type of content. So, like, a video on your story, you're probably going to pay less because that goes away in 24 hours. And a photo on your story, you're probably going to pay even less because it's not as long as a video, say. And then if you are asking in this type of content, like, say it's a Reels, but you need to hit these 5 points. Like, there's a sale, there's this is what it's made out of, like, whatever. Then you should probably pay more because you're asking for such specific things that's no longer, like, at your own creative will. Like, I just want you to make whatever.
Yeah, you're telling them what to do.
Yeah. And then where you're going to use it. So are you going to repost it? Is it beneficial for you to repost it? Or is it beneficial for, like, that? Like, for them or for you, basically?
Yeah.
Like, if you repost it, are they getting this huge audience? Or if you repost it, is it free content for you?
Exactly.
You have to look at those two things. Last thing to consider is having influencer. Having influencer posting guidelines. Mel and I have both worked with brands who've had these, and we found them super helpful, which we're going to talk about in Glowing Hour more. But we just think it's really beneficial to have posting guidelines, because then it just also, again, ensures that you're going to get someone who understands what your vision is.
Yeah.
And, like, they align with your brand. So we have first page is kind of like an introduction to the name of the influencer program. And then it's get to know us. So it's kind of like buzzwords.
Buzzwords, yeah.
Like buzzwords for the brand. The next one has, like, some image guidelines, basically some pictures that they like. It says, we believe in high quality, authentic content and think you're the finest. Cute. And then where you'd be featured. So they actually have, like, how many followers they have, how many Pinterest visits they get, Facebook followers, Twitter followers, how many visits they get to their shoppable Instagram and their website. And then they put, like, plus digital, social, and offline advertisements. So it's kind of like right there they're saying, like, we can use your content for anything type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's them saying, but also this is how many views we get, so it's kind of to your benefit.
So it's like if you give us good content and we repost it, this is what you also get.
And then the actual posting guideline says, I guess I have to be specific here. It just says, like, 2 different sections of things that they want. So it's like all eyes on the product, avoid wearing other things similar to the product, keep it simple, show personality, and then just, like, be natural. And they have more photos that are examples of that. And then content guideline would be that you tag them in your photo and caption, cannot be combined with a different sponsored post using the hashtag, and not feature another similar product. So I feel like they saved their own butt a lot there, because I don't know anybody who would combine sponsored posts, but that's fucked up.
That's fucked up, but a little smart.
It's okay, you really just killed all the birds with one photo.
Just wearing all of the things.
And then it's like a thank you, and then an email to contact their partnership team.
Yeah.
But
it just makes it really clear on what like the expectations are.
Yeah.
And also like that effort of like giving that out, just make sure that you get content that you are proud to like have out there. Like you don't want somebody weird like wearing or showcasing your product.
Yeah. It would just be weird if it was like, I mean, obviously your target market could be like a little bit different, and someone who genuinely likes your stuff could be a little weird and not aligned with what you thought was like your brand or whatever. But don't like pay anyone for that. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on the brand.
It depends on the brand, but like for this specific brand, their branding, their like look is very natural and very just minimal. Like very specific and minimal. Yeah. So like obviously you don't want to take a picture with their stuff like
in full glam wigs.
Yeah,
just like crazy outfit.
Like you're not gonna wear like a fucking quinceañera dress in it, you know what I mean? Like it just wear a cute little shirt, and I feel like we're being almost very specific with what kind of brand it is, but it's just like it makes it very clear for the person who's posting for you.
Yeah.
And it also like gives them ideas on like how to pose or post.
It's very helpful for both.
It's so helpful.
Yes.
So very much recommend.
Actual last thing, we wanted to give kind of a general idea of pricing. So we're basing this off someone who has under 170,000 followers, but over 150. Like, I'm just trying to give you a range here, okay? Because, I mean, the amount of followers isn't exactly everything. So for one photo from a brand who has over 200,000 followers, they got paid $700, and that was for an in-feed post. Give you an idea there. Yeah. Obviously, that's a macro influencer. I wish like I could just tell you who it is so you can like get an idea of their content, like what you're paying for exactly, but I can't. The next brand for 4 photos.
It's like a package.
They have 2.3 million followers, and they paid $2,500 for 4 photos. And there's like more to it, like you spread them apart.
Like it's like through a month or something.
Yeah. We don't know the exact details of, all these agreements, but obviously a bigger brand, so they have a bigger budget. So that makes sense. This brand has almost 5 million followers, and they did 2 photos and 3 stories for $3,500.
Do you know if the stories were videos or just photos?
Not 100% sure.
Because I know sometimes like
one video could be 3 stories. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
That's also be specific. If you can't just say, I want a story.
It's like 10 seconds.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
I feel like a lot of brands are packaging things together because it's just like easier to do that. I don't think anyone's paying a lot of money for one post unless you're like Kylie or
like
Kendall.
$1 million, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like not even macro influencer at that point. You're just like a celebrity still.
Yeah, you're still just doing like celebrity endorsement.
One last tip when looking for influencers is to take a look at who else they've like partnered with on their page and see where you land.
Like if you're aligned with those brands as well, yeah.
Yeah. Like for example, the brand we were just talking about that's like very natural, fresh. If this influencer works with Fashion Nova a lot, I know I keep saying Fashion Nova, but like that's just the one everyone knows. But like you're probably not aligned there. If you're not aligning with other brands that this influencer's working with,
probably not a good fit.
Just let them go. Let them go.
Try something
else. They make
else.
cool content. It might not work. And if you're an influencer, also pay attention to that.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna move into glowing hour and talk about some good and bad examples of influencer marketing that we've experienced. Maybe some things that you could implement yourself or avoid. So we'll see you guys there.
Welcome back. That was weird.
Yours looks so green.
I know. I put a little spirulina in it.
Oh. Do you want to say you're drinking?
I'm drinking Lemon Perfect with spirulina in it.
Period. I'm having a peach tea truly.
I'm feeling under the weather today. I was gonna say unwell, but I'm feeling better.
Wow.
I just don't think I should have alcohol because that'll really fuck up my immunity.
Feel that.
Anyway.
So, bad example. I don't know if we're gonna do like a mix. We're just gonna talk. So, you gotta listen to all of them to find all the good and all the bad. Number one bad thing to get influencers: do not comment, DM us for whatever. Just don't do it. Don't do it. People have caught on. The mocking is unreal. Anytime, especially, I love it when guys do it. And they're like, DM me, bro, your shit's sick or something. Like, it's just so funny. I'm like, come on. Even the guys have noticed, and they don't notice shit. So
it's just bad. Don't DM. I mean, don't comment. DM me.
Because it's also like, just DM me. I don't know. Just DM me.
Like, why do I have to reach out?
Like, their whole point, I think, is like, it's not really that I want you. It's like, I want all your followers to see that I commented, and then they click to see who I am. But it's like, but then I realize you're stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, your page is...
If I ever get those, I delete them immediately.
Delete them?
Yeah.
I just leave them. I don't know.
Why the fuck would I?
Because it's engagement.
But you're not engaging with it, so it's just a comment.
Well, I'm not engaging with it, but they're engaging with me.
I don't think it matters like that.
Does it? Damn, you delete them?
Fuck that. Don't use me.
That's true.
Anyway, but that's just annoying. Don't ever fucking do that.
Yeah. And like I said, don't also DM with like a, hey girl.
Hey girlie.
Hi. Oh my god. We need baddies.
We need some baddies these days.
Like, no. Just literally be like, hey, I love X, Y, and Z. Or like, I'm from the X brand's partnership team. Because if it's a big brand, oh shit, I'll be like, oh, you're from whose team?
I'll go check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that also, do you prefer the brand owner or the brand page to reach out? Or an agency page? You know?
Are you asking me? Or
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just wondering what your opinion is. I don't even know.
I mean, I think it depends on the brand. Like, obviously, if I know that fucking, let's say, Chanel's reaching out to me, I don't know. I'd be like, oh, like, obviously, I don't expect Coco Chanel to come out of nowhere. She's dead.
Coco, what are you doing in my DM?
Coco, what are you doing here?
No,
but like, I would be like, sick. The fucking PR team
yeah.
is talking to me. But then let's say like a cool small business that I like reaches out and it's the owner, period. Really, let's speak. Let's talk.
I think it could go either way. Like the brand owner, because like sometimes your requests get lost.
Yeah.
And you like will miss people. But other times it's like if it's a brand, you'll just be like, eh. I think you'll disregard it. So like it's honestly probably like 50-50, but it doesn't hurt to send it twice.
What did you mean about the agency though?
So like us. Like if our page reached out
and
said, hey, I'm working for.
I feel like it'd be the same thing as like
it's the same thing as a brand, yeah.
Yeah. So
let us know if you have a different opinion, if you're an influencer.
We're gonna be like super transparent about shit we've gotten.
I mean, we posted about it, so yeah.
Yeah. Things aren't, I mean, I've never gotten a paid deal. Just be clear on that.
Let's just be clear on that.
I'm not like a full influencer. I don't think I'll ever be. But I appreciate sharing. Yeah, like, but I appreciate sharing like brands that I do like. And I will always do that. 'Cause, I mean, that's just like word of mouth marketing. And I'm a marketing person who very much loves it. So anyway, Sam and I actually at the same time worked for Majuri. They were a very cool brand to work with. Obviously, like, they're like, hey, go pick some jewelry out. We're like, here you go.
Okay, give it to me.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Their shit was really, really clear and concise and organized. They like had a little portal for you to go through after like, or like a link that sent you to a portal that you would like input your name and then it would give you like the styles that you can choose from. And then they gave you like the posting guidelines and what you needed to do and when you needed to post it.
If there was like any additional like PDFs that you needed to read about whatever they're promoting, the sale, the product.
Yeah, it was very, very organized.
Very easy.
Their team was also just cool, I guess.
And they responded very quickly.
Yeah.
Like if you had concerns about anything, they had influencer posting guidelines, made it very helpful. But also I find really helpful is just like brands that know what their branding is, because if you go to a brand's page and you're like, I'm an influencer for them, I have no idea what to take a photo of, like I'm just not inspired, and you go to their page and it's just like bleh. Like you have no idea what it is, unless it is like you just genuinely need to be you and do something genuine and authentic to your brand or whatever. Yeah. Then cool. But if they're like, yeah, give us something that's like so our brand, and you're like, what the fuck is your brand?
What the fuck is your brand if it's not clear? Yeah. And something that they do well again is like they are so fucking clear about what their shit is.
Yeah.
So Majuri was great.
Mhm.
Do you want to go over one?
A really bad one that I did when I first like got on Instagram. Like, I was still in college. I was just like, cute. Like this girl reached out to me, and like a lot of people do this now that like I've gotten more like offers like this, and it's so annoying. It's just like, oh my god, like they just try to throw so much at you. Like we'll give you 50% off if you order something from our website, and we'll throw in like a third thing for free, and then we'll give you like a code for your like friends to use. Yeah. And it's like, honestly, this did nothing. Like you just got a free piece of content.
You got a free piece of content, and you got
and I still
half of my money.
Yeah, I still have to pay. Like, hello. And then like that person reached out to me again, and I was just like, sorry, I only do paid collaborations now, just because I was like, you're gross. Yeah. Like I don't actually only do paid collaborations, but like no, they were annoying. So yeah, don't fall for like the first person to like offer you something, I guess. And
don't be that brand, dude. That's so ugly.
And don't be that brand who's just like
genuinely, I don't know, like if you're starting your own business, you're gonna have losses. Like, sorry to fucking tell you that. Might as well put them to good use and just give some fucking free shit away for free.
Yeah.
And get something out of it, you know? Versus like doing this dumb
and instead of like
shit.
Maybe reaching out to people you don't know, like reach out to people you do know.
Yeah.
Who like you could just hand the item to, so then you cut out shipping costs. Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But if you're big enough to like ship stuff, ship something for free. Like another way that I've heard of someone doing like their influencer program is basically giving them a monthly allowance to shop their website. So for example, this person got like $3,000, and I'm pretty sure it's a specific link, so it's only specific items that they can purchase, because it's probably like only the new launch stuff. You can't just go to the fucking sales section
and like rack it up.
Penny pinch that shit.
Well, because you like, again, as a brand, you want certain shit to sell.
Yeah, the point is to sell you the new shit, not the old shit that you only have one item left and one size left. You're like,
yeah. Makes no sense.
Not helpful. And then I feel like also, this is like big brands probably not listening, but maybe you are. But like the ones who do like paid vacations and like all that shit. Like
influencer.
I mean, I haven't seen that since COVID, so I don't really know what that's going to be moving forward. Like, I don't know if people are over that. I mean, the influencers for sure are, but
yeah, influencers are not.
But I feel like people are like, oh, you went on a brand trip.
But what I do like about like brand trips is like sometimes the product is very specific to like the type of like season or whatever. So like if they're going on a tropical vacation, which most of them do, like either if it's like a bikini brand and they're all wearing the stuff, like that's so fun. Like you literally pay for like a trip, but then all these people just,
it's like models and like content and launch like website stuff, and then like obviously awareness.
It's also like just so smart because like you're putting all these creative people together to take pictures of each other.
And I was gonna say like community also, like people, then the influencers are like, oh, I didn't, like my followers don't know you yet, like let's post something together and like
and then it's like followers. So much more engagement crossing.
Or maybe they will continue. They make a lot of sense.
They make a lot of sense. They're just really expensive. Obviously not everyone can do them.
Yeah.
One that I am doing currently that's very fun is Make the Label. They're not necessarily like an influencer program. They call them like their advocates, which it's like more like a brand ambassador program where you rep them and they kind of give you free product for like a quarter. I love them specifically for what they're doing because they are creating a community within like all the people that are dress clean advocates. They have like monthly meetings and then like they go over a very important topic that's like being discussed whether it be about like climate change or social justice, just like different topics that are really important. They're not just a brand here to sell you clothes. Like they're trying to be, they are a brand that like really cares about people and like the environment and just like the way we all live. So I think that that's really cool.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's like you guys have to post the like that aren't necessarily related to the clothing, like Mother's Day one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Was that, I'm just trying to figure out what word to use, like required to post or encouraged? Is it encouraged?
I think it's required.
Okay. So but I think it's cool that they like, instead of all the required posts being like just like clothing, because I guess it's kind of boring, I guess, which like this might not work for everyone, but like it's cool to like involve a more like community based type of posting. So like for Mother's Day, she had to post someone who inspired you, right? Like a mother figure. And I feel like it just is another way for like people that know Mel. It's like cute, like either one, I didn't know who that person like was to you or what they meant to you, but like also cool, like she's working with a brand who also cares
about who that person is. Yeah.
So then it's like, even if I knew that brand, I get ads for them. Now there's like another layer to that brand that I understand.
Yeah, because they don't want you to just post their product either, which is, I think is really nice, because it's really like hard to post the same shit over and over and over again. Yeah. Especially if you're like, I'm not an actual influencer, I'm only just a person, and yes, it's great that I'm endorsing a product, but at the same time, like my content shouldn't just be all about make the label, you know what I mean? And I think they very much know that, and they want you to get more creative about like your space. And like the thing that they push the most is that they want creators who have their own voice in like a specific part of whatever that they want to talk about. So like either it's social justice or climate reform or like literally anything that has to do with making a greater impact on the world. And they want you to speak on that. So yeah, like for Mother's Day, like I posted about my mom. And then also for Earth Day, like they just wanted you to talk about how you felt, like literally how you felt about Earth Day, like how celebrating it. So yeah, Make the Label, a great company. I think it's sometimes better to do kind of like not affiliate program, but like the ambassador program, because you just also you get
people who genuinely like the product because they're willing to work for free, but in exchange for a product because they genuinely like the product.
Also, I think influencers forget, or people who want to be influencers forget that like you could turn this very free moment to a paid promotion if they see something very like that's something that's working for them, like they're getting more engagement from you, like that shit speaks volumes. And if you're doing it for free, like they're more likely to want to pay you later. Yeah,
it always depends on your goal. Like if your goal is to maybe work for them or like work for a company like them, you have now your foot in the door to be like, hey, remember I was part of your ambassador program, like do you know anyone hiring in this sustainable fashion space, like whatever. Like it's just, there's so many different things you can do with free work. Yeah. Like it's not necessarily free, which like if you have the luxury of doing something for free and it's gonna like even if it doesn't give you like a paid opportunity in the end, it could still be something that's like virtuous, I guess, to you and like your life and like how you understand the world or an industry you want to work in or like whatever.
And then lastly, this is one I guess I Make the Label, I did also reach out, but Troop, I think I got an ad or something and I shared it with Sam, but Troop is a marketplace for skincare and I guess beauty products.
We've talked about them on the podcast. We did a skincare episode, season 2, I think.
They also kind of have the same thing where they have like ambassadors of sorts. They call them scouts. But with them, like you get a percentage of the sale, and also you do get like discount codes. Perks.
And yeah, I think another good thing with Make the Label with Troop was that we had an interview for it. It just felt like a lot more personal because it was like with the owners themselves. Yeah. And like it just like spoke to like them really wanting to work with people who aligned with their values and like wanted to like obviously showcase their brand in a genuine and authentic way. But yeah, I think that's also something you can look into if you're a small business. because I feel like it makes people feel a lot more connected to a brand. And if you don't have money to pay people to be ambassadors or influencers or whatever, it just feels like, wow, but I know the owner of this brand, and like I believe in what they believe in, and like I'm gonna help build something from here to there. Like I can see their vision type of thing. So yeah, definitely consider doing something like that. Why not? Interviews.
Why not?
Unless you're like huge.
Then just pay people.
I mean, you could even do like a Google form. So yeah, those were our influencer marketing tips. Let us know if you have more that we missed. We'd love to share them with everyone. Maybe we'll do another episode if there's enough. And if you found this helpful, give us like a fat thumbs up.
Fat thumbs up.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in next week's episode.